Hey guys, welcome back. You might recognize this mower as being in the Will It Run marathon, and I said there that I was going to do a carb clean video on it, so here we are. I think I'm going to show the entire carb cleaning process, and we're probably going to fix the handlebars and try and lube the cables in this video too. We'll see how far we get. So let's get started. Let me set you up there. Looks like you can see pretty well. So first thing we do, remove the air filter. This is an 8mm screw. Cover just slides off like that. The air filter probably needs to be changed, I'd say. And then we've got 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3. Also 8mm. And we just pull these off. We also got a Phillips screw up here holding this piece of the cover on. I'm going to take this off. Little clip right there. Now this should slide right off. Let's try not to tear that gasket. Good. Gasket's still there. And now it's attached by the breather tube. And we just pull it off of that. Now we have the carb here. So what I'm going to do is, that is I believe a 3/8. Yes, it's 3/8. Before I take it all the way off, I'm going to pinch the gas line. Actually, you would pinch the gas line if there was gas in it. There is no gas in this mower, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so I'm going to take my pliers and just slide this foot back like that. And I'm going to take my hose pliers and kind of work that off. Hard to do it one-handed. Bring you back. I'm actually mistaken. There was gas in it. So I'm actually going to let the gas drain and see what it looks like. There, we got a bit better flow. I noticed actually that this is the wrong gas cap for this tank, and it doesn't look like it has a way to let air in. So I don't think this engine would run with this gas cap. It was actually preventing air from getting into the tank as the gas drained out. If air can't replace the gas in the tank, you know, it's not going to run. Alright, the gas is mostly drained out of that. Disconnected the spark plug. It's always a good idea whenever gas is dripping or around. Let's continue to remove this carburetor. And I will finish taking these bolts out. At this point, carburetor should be loose, and you can disconnect. Oh, still gas in the tank. Let me get this spring off. Disconnect that spring. And the carburetor is attached to the governor by a Z-bend. And that's all there is to it. Alright, why don't we open up this carb and see what dirty little secrets are inside. The bowl nut, which is also the jet, is held on by half inch. Crack that open. See what we get coming out. Actually, a lot cleaner than I thought. Just a little bit of stuff, but not bad. A lot of crud around the outside, around the gasket area. Let's see if this pin will come out. Yep. Float needle. Seat looks good. Don't know if you can see that. Alright. Let me get some carb cleaner and we'll spray this out. The jet looks pretty good. I can see through it. I can see light through it. But I'm going to take a little wire here, copper wire, and I'm going to poke it through the passages just to make sure that everything is clear. Yeah, that's really good. That's clean. Not much there. Just wipe off some of this stuff. It's also pretty clean. This carburetor is actually pretty clean. I'm wondering if it didn't run because the gas cap couldn't let air into the tank, so gas couldn't flow out of the tank. So this may be quite an easy job. That bowl looks in really good condition. Doesn't look like there's ever been water in it or anything. Alright, I'm going to start by just spraying off the outside a little bit. Get some of these big chunks out of there. All right, let's clean out the passages. That's the main passage. You can see when I shoot carb cleaner up this brass one, you can see it. So right here is the primer bulb passage. So when you push the primer bulb, it creates pressure here and pulls the gas up, pushes the gas up into the carb body. And here, I believe, is one of the possibly idle circuit passages. I believe this one, it's a tiny hole right there, and it looks like it goes possibly to this Welch plug right here. I'm not going to take that off. Just going to blow some more carb cleaner through it and see, and hopefully it's not a problem. Alright, everything looks really clean. On the inside, at least. So now, why don't we go ahead and reassemble this? This is by far not one of the dirtier carburetors I've ever come across. I've come across way worse than this. This is not bad at all. So first I'm going to start with wiping the dirt off my gloves. You really want these to be really clean when they go back together, because any little piece of dirt can clog up that jet. Alright, so I will put the float needle in like that. And that goes in there like that. And then the float pin goes through like that, and that should sit about level, maybe a little bit up. That's pretty good right there. And then I'm going to put this bowl back on with this jet. Snug that up, and we are pretty much done. One of the other things you can do to make sure that the float needle and seat are working correctly is you can attach a piece of fuel line to it and then blow through it. I use a relatively clean fuel line, new one, just a piece. And when the carburetor is right side up like this, you should be able to blow through it. Which I can. When you turn it upside down, the float needle should be up against the seat, and you should not be able to blow through it. And I cannot. So that is working. Let's go put it back together and see if it'll run. Alright, I'm back, and we are ready to reassemble this carburetor onto the mower. So let's get started here. Reconnect the fuel line. Hopefully you guys can see all of this. We will hook the governor spring back on. like that. And next we will put this back on. The crankcase breather tube here goes into this right here. Actually, before I do that, got to crimp the fuel line. All right, now I'm gonna go get a proper gas cap for this. Be right back. All right, let's try this gas cap. This is it's off of the lawnmower. I parted out. It is the correct gas cap for this. All right, there we go. Before I put an air filter in and the cover back on, I am going to see if this thing will start up. All right, first start. Want to watch? I'm sure you do. I think I need more gas. Alright, it runs. Has a little bit of a knock to it. That's pretty nasty. I'm going to change this oil and see if that knock will go away with that. So I originally thought this one would run, and it does, but it has a pretty bad knock to it, and I think it's a rod knock. So I think I'm not gonna go any further on this one. I don't know whether, I don't think I'm gonna tear the motor apart. I don't think that's worth it. The crankshaft and the connecting rod are probably pretty pricey. Versus what I could get for it, the mower as a whole. If I may hold on to it for a little bit, and if I come across a motor, one of these 6.5 horsepower motors, I will pick that up and put it on, but beyond that, I think this one is done for the moment.